Hi there, this is Matt with State of Flux, and I'm here with a review for Stan Lee. I finally got around to watching this documentary on Disney Plus, and it's one that I really quite liked. This is a film where Stan Lee is presented to you through his own words. They take audio from all the many interviews over the course of his life, and he kind of gives you a self-guided tour to the mythology of who Stan Lee is and how Marvel Comics came to be, as well as all the heroes within it, his role in that, and how it has kind of been embraced by popular culture. Now, this does come with a couple of issues, in that, being that it is from Stan Lee's own words, may not be entirely the whole truth, as some people have kind of picked holes at it. But then again, this is true to who Stan was. Stan was a person who kind of was larger than life, and towards the end of his life really did give acknowledgement to some of the other creators around him who contributed a lot to making Marvel Comics what they were, who never felt that they got the recognition they deserved while they were working with Marvel. That's something that Stan Lee self-corrected late in life, and the movie addresses that in some interesting ways, particularly an event between Stan Lee and Jack Kirby over a radio show that is pretty harrowing. But I have seen some commentary hurled at the film that it doesn't present whole truth, but it presents the truth of who Stan wanted to propel himself into the popular culture as. This is the most Stan Lee film in that he self-guides it, even though he's no longer with us. And at the end of the day, the film is no less inspiring for it. The film is both inspirational and aspirational in what it tries to drive, in the creative force that it inspires within you, the viewer, in that even the most dismissive a person could be about an idea that you might have could be the most important idea for somebody, and you can create that connection. And this film is really good at sort of establishing that. It's one that I really quite like. And it's basically, if you've read the marvelous, incredible, sensational The Stan Lee Story, it's his autobiography in comic book form. This is a filmic representation of that, and as far as documentaries go, this is one I really, really enjoyed. I don't know that there's much more to say on that, other than the presentation of this documentary was fascinating to me, because they're using a lot of audio of Stan, but they're not using a lot of video of Stan. So instead, when they're using the audio of Stan, it's being put over little dolls that are made to resemble the environment that Stan would have been put in, having the conversations between the people and how that's animated. So even though it is a documentary, it's also kind of an animated movie as well, in a weird sense, done through stop motion, and I thought that was very, very adorable. It's an adorable movie, and it was one that I started watching with my daughter, who's to this point still never seen a Marvel movie outside of both Spider-Verse films, and she just got so inspired by watching it. And she's loosely familiar with a lot of these characters through like cultural discussions of who the Hulk is and Spiderman and all that kind of stuff, but she hasn't necessarily been immersed in that kind of stuff, and yet she was interested while watching the movie, and it got her to sit there, and she started drawing out her own thing and telling her own story. It got the creative juices going, and I think that is where this movie has importance. So I give this one a very firm recommendation, both for you if you're a fan of Marvel, if you're a fan of comics in general, or if you have kids, to just show them this kind of fascinating story of a guy who created a whole world that we're now all familiar with. It's pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Peace.